We're back to another code recollection. Last time we found a key, and it was a process. We're gonna go use it now. Wrong way. Other way. Alright, second sprout key.
Alright.
It opened. I'm coming, D.
D! Oh, Ashley.
Are you all right? You disappeared so suddenly, I didn't know what was going on.
The moment I heard your dad's voice, I felt like I was about to remember something. Next thing I knew, I was here. It's like I was summoned.
But why?
I remembered something. I stayed in this room with Father when I visited.
Really?
Wells brought a painting in that day. And he hung it here. He said Uncle Henry painted me. It made me so happy. I couldn't stop staring at it. But then Father's mood got worse and worse, and he kept drinking too. I was so sad to see him like that. So I left. I came back a little while later, and that's when I saw it.
Thomas, why?
Father?
Father he was killed. Here, in the Silver Bird room.
Killed? You mean your father was murdered here?
Yes. That's where Father lay as he died.
So that stain on the ground.
Well, they're not trying to disguise that one as wine.
Oh.
I saw it happen. Father was on the floor, covered in blood.
Alright, this guy's a witness. Get him on the stand. We need his testimony. Cross-examination starts soon.
I remember a man standing next to him. There was such shock on his face as he looked at me. I can picture him now. It was Uncle Henry.
What? So Henry killed Thomas? His own brother?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dee. Why would he? How could he kill his own family? My mom was killed in the same way. Someone shot her. So I guess that's another thing you and I have in common. Dee?
Yeah.
The box art promised tears, and we finally got them.
Ashley? Thank you for finding me. Now let's go find Jessica.
Okay.
You know we had to find the paper crane before anything else, right? Maybe I do take a little after my dad.
This is...
Chairs tipped over. Must have been knocked over during whatever happened here all those years ago. A table this size with just a single glass on it. I bet it's been sitting there forever. This table is made of marble. It has an intricate pattern for being so small. There were 2 upside-down glasses. It's too dusty to see inside. The glass contains wine residue. The bottle's empty.
Huh?
What's this key doing here? Where do you think it goes to? Probably the wine cellar. I remember seeing Wells use it.
This is...
These are all novels written by the same author. Did Thomas read all these? Or he could have written them all. We know he was an author.
D.
This is what D looked like when he was alive. He's wearing a necktie, and he looks kinda nervous. The clock stopped working. Is it broken or does it need new batteries? The bed is neatly made. When was it last slept in? So much fancy tableware. There's a typewriter on the desk.
This looks like it's seen some use.
That was Father's. He used to carry it with him in a big case.
There's a paper stuck in there. Wonder what's written on it.
Upon my death, Thomas Edward is to inherit the entirety of my estate. Lawrence Edward.
This looks like Lawrence's will. Seems like a pretty important document. Why was it left stuck in Thomas's typewriter like this?
Thomas's typewriter. Writing a note that says that Thomas should inherit the estate. Well, seems pretty legit to me. No comment on the green bird? Oh, there we go.
This is...
A hummingbird. Didn't the Golden Bird Room have a similar painting? I'm just thinking ahead here. 2 similar paintings. And we've had one... Well, hold on. Well, let me look at it at like a different angle here. Briefly, but then it doesn't let me take out the camera. I was wondering if it would let me do the overlay thing with the 2 paintings, but if they're not giving me a fixed angle, then probably not. Because with the sheet music puzzle, they did that. They gave me a fixed camera angle. So I could take the picture and then the overlay, you know, just kind of worked.
This is...
This stain.
Father.
I'm just looking for a paper crane. Don't mind walking through the big blood stain. This birdcage is falling over. Oh, hey, there it is. A fan after 60 years. Thomas, an aspiring novelist, had several books published after leaving the island. Most of them were not received very well, but the detective novels he wrote under the pen name David Shields seemed to do fairly well. They were published in paperback, but they were far from bestsellers. More than a few of his volumes were cancelled before they were ever completed. Thomas never gained notoriety as an author. I only learned of him after coming here. However, as I read one of his novels, I became captivated by his prose. and now I can say I've read nearly all his works that can be found in the mansion. Thomas passed away at age 36 after completing a long-form autobiography. I can't help but wonder what sort of adventures Detective Kyle Hyde would have gotten up to had Thomas lived longer. Three big wooden crates. The lids look too heavy. I don't think I can see what's inside. So many books covered in dust. Alright, that's that then. Goodbye, eerie purple curtains and giant blood stain.
What's wrong?
I thought I heard a voice.
Really? Was it my dad?
No, it was a woman's voice.
Wait a sec. Where was the voice coming from?
It came from below us.
Sad memories here, Silverbird Room. Fountain is working. Got the wine cellar key. And I think that's where we're going. I mean, it's not there, it's right here.
It's definitely coming from here.
Is anyone there? Please, someone.
Is that... Now what? It won't open. There must be a key to it somewhere.
Good thing I already looked around.
Jessica! Jessica!
Hey, I was right, we were able to finish chapter 4. Chapter 5, Secret of the Edward Family.
Jessica!
Ashley,
Are you okay?
I think so. But I'm dizzy. Everything is foggy.
I'm so sorry I let you go alone. It was selfish. This is all my fault. Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. I'm so glad you're safe.
Handcuffs? No good.
Thanks.
Ah, we returned her glasses.
I found them outside. I was so worried about you.
Everything suddenly went dark. I must have been knocked out. When I came to, I was handcuffed to this beam.
That's horrible. Who would do something like that?
Bill.
Wait, that changes things. Well, you came back at an interesting moment. Okay, hold on. I was currently operating under the assumption that, our dad was evil, and because he hated Bill, that Bill must be the good guy. And that he, stole the research, but did it because he was just trying to keep it away from the evil guy. But if Bill handcuffed Jessica to this beam, then what if our dad is actually Bill, and Bill was just pretending to be our dad? and Bill is evil. I mean, it seems like a weird way to go about it. To, like, you know, name yourself as the criminal while impersonating someone else.
Bill did this?
You know about him?
Dad told me.
You met your father?
Yeah. He told me a little.
He was my assistant and is absolutely brilliant. But he betrayed me.
Yeah, was he talking about himself after all?
He tried to steal the research we did on this island.
Bill tried to steal another?
You knew Bill too?
I did. He used to work with Richard. I never expected him to turn up here. I ran into him right after I left you. He said that he'd take me to Richard. I shouldn't have trusted him. He knocked me out somehow once we got to the mansion.
I'm just saying, Ashley doesn't know what her father even looked like until now. Supposedly, she knows what her father looks like, but...
I had no idea. But wait. Dad said he caught Bill.
Regardless, I'm so glad you finally met Richard.
Yeah. I found him. I asked him about another. And about Mom.
Come to think of it, Jessica stood by Richard, right? She was defending him? Would she do that for someone so blatantly evil?
He told you what
Unless
happened?
she's evil.
Yeah. We talked about it.
Let's start with Dad.
So that's my dad, huh?
What do you mean? Where is he?
I was with him earlier, but he went off to do something else.
Do something else? He left you alone?
Yeah. He said he had to go start another. Jessica, about Dad, he definitely cares way more about his research than us.
That's not...
He said so. He told me he has to finish another. For Mom.
Richard said that. Really?
Yeah.
So about another.
Did you know about another?
Not really. Your father mentioned it a few times. Something about using it to save people from painful memories.
Yeah, he told me that too. He said Bill stole the keys he needs to start it. So, we split up. I went looking for the keys while he looked for you. But he clearly didn't find you.
Ashley.
I found a newspaper article about what happened to Mom. It said Dad was a suspect.
Of course he was. He happened upon the body. He was related to the victim.
You know the dream I always have? It's about the night Mom was murdered.
Oh, Ashley.
That's why, isn't it? That's why you never talked about Mom or another.
You're right.
Why was Dad a suspect?
Listen to me. Richard found Sayoko that night, and because he was at the scene of the crime, he was a suspect.
Right.
He kept telling them he was innocent, and with no other evidence, they released him.
Alright.
They couldn't find another lead, so the case went unsolved. The false accusations devastated Richard. I confronted him as soon as he was released from custody. I asked outright if he killed Sayoko. He looked me right in the eyes and answered without a hint of guilt. He said, absolutely not.
He told me that too. That he didn't kill her. But
What is it?
he didn't look me in the eyes. It's hard to trust someone who acts like that.
Oh, sweetheart.
I'm just over all this. He isn't my dad. Can't we both just leave here
together? I'll get those cuffs off you as soon as I can. There's gotta be something I can use around here.
Ashley, wait. Please, give Richard one more chance. He can help.
If he even is Richard.
Why should I?
At the very least, he can get me out of these handcuffs.
But what about you? I can't leave you here. I just found you.
I'll be fine. Now go.
No, I don't trust...
I do. Please, Ashley. Believe in him. He's my older brother. And your father. Okay?
But I... Okay.
And once we get out of here, we'll go home. The three of us.
Yeah. You'll be safe here, right? I'll be right back with Dad.
Yes, I'll be fine. Sayoko, protect her.
What does that mean?
Please.
I'm so glad you found Jessica.
Me too, but I don't think she could see you.
She's an adult. I'm used to it by now.
I guess.
More importantly, we can't let our guard down.
You're right. I can't believe Bill did that to Jessica. But I'll worry about it later. We need to find my dad. Where could he have gone? I think he was heading toward the courtyard.
And we will go after him on the next Another Code Recollection.